There's a lot to love about the all-new Tundra, but without a doubt, my favorite thing is the interior, which has a really nice design and comes with a high level of available options and features. Although I've done a number of other review videos, some of which include some of the features on the interior, I wanted to make a single video that really covers everything on the interior, and specifically some of the options that you're going to get on more heavily loaded models like this Limited. Our driver and front passenger seat are both full power and they both have lumbar support. We've got this control here that slides it forward and backward, as well as up and down. This button here tilts the seat back forward and backward, and then we've got lumbar support right here. We've also got full power windows with the ability to lock the passenger windows, as well as power door locks, power mirrors, and then they're also power folding mirrors. So currently it's set to when the vehicle is turned off, those are going to stay fixed. But if we push down on this button, then when the vehicle is turned off or placed in park, those are going to automatically fold in. We've also got memory settings for two drivers here, so driver 1, driver 2, and you can use this button to set those preferences. To the left of the steering column, we've got a number of controls here. On the far left, we've got our control for the bed light that's mounted near the third brake light on the cab. That's going to illuminate the bed at nighttime to help you see things better. Currently, it's in the door position, so if a door is open on the vehicle, that's going to automatically illuminate. You can also turn it on manually by pushing on, and if you don't want that to turn on when the doors are open, then you can push it to the off position. Next, we've got our control for the automatic high beams. When this is activated, there's going to be a little green light here that illuminates. When that's activated and your headlights are on at night, they're going to automatically default to the high beams unless there is a vehicle in front of you or an oncoming vehicle, and then they're going to automatically dim. Next, we've got our auto start stop. This is a system for conserving fuel. So if you're at a stoplight or in a traffic jam or something like that, in certain situations when the battery is charged, the vehicle is going to turn off to conserve fuel. And then when you let off of the brake pedal, it's going to turn back on. If you don't like that system for whatever reason, you can use this button to turn that system off. Next, we've got our dimmer switch for the instrument cluster. So this is going to change the brightness level of the instrument cluster. We've got our odometer trip control here. And then this is for the automatic braking. So pulling forward, if you're about to hit an object, the vehicle is going to apply brakes automatically. Likewise, if you're in reverse, if you get too close to an object, that's going to automatically turn off. If you don't want that system to be activated, you can push this button to turn it off. We've also got the heated steering wheel on this model, so you can just push this button to activate that. Again, there's a little green light that's going to turn on, let you know if that's turned on. And then we've got our control here for the inverter in the bed. Basically, it's a power outlet in the bed. If you want to use that outlet, you're going to push this to turn that on. We've also got an outlet in the rear seat. Likewise, this needs to be turned on to use that outlet. The instrument cluster's got a nice, clean, simple layout. On the left-hand side, we've got our tachometer with oil pressure and engine temperature. Right-hand side, we've got our speedometer, fuel gauge, and battery voltage. And then in the middle, we've got an LCD screen that has a variety of information. Currently, the LCD screen is giving us our fuel economy information, which is 13.2 miles per gallon, and then we've got our distance to empty. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see it goes 0 to 30, so when you're driving, there's a little white bar that's going to go up and down and let you know what your current fuel economy is. Above that, we've got our outside air temperature clock, and then we've also got currently an eco mode. You've also got sport and normal mode, so you've got the readout there letting you know where you're currently at. And then we've also got the lane departure warning diagram above that, which is going to activate if you were to cross one of those lines when you're driving. To control this LCD screen, we've got some controls over here. We've got our back button right here. We can scroll to the right or left using these buttons, and then up and down. So currently, because we're on fuel economy, if we scroll up or down, you'll see that if we're driving, it's got a digital speedometer, distance to empty, and our eco indicator. So you can choose where you want to be set within that specific screen. And then if we scroll over to the right, now we've got our compass. Again, you can scroll through some various settings here by going up or down. Scroll to the right again, we've got our audio controls. Audio's off, so nothing to see there. We've got our tire pressure. If we scroll down, this is for some of the trailer modes. We've got our inclinometer. It's going to be for off-road driving, and then trip information. This is for some of the safety features. You can adjust some of the settings on those. And then if you had some sort of a warning message, you'd see it on that setting. We've also got Bluetooth control here on the steering wheel, so if you want to make a call, you can push this and use some of the voice activation features. You can also activate that using this button, and then we can turn the volume up and down on the audio system. On the right-hand side here, more of our audio controls down below here, so if you want to change radio stations, you can use these to toggle through those. If you want to change your mode between AM or FM or satellite radio, you can do that with this control. We've also got cruise control, so you can turn that on and off using this button. These are for setting it or changing that speed up or down. And then for canceling, it's also got an adaptive speed control. And so that's this button right here. If there's a vehicle in front of you, it can speed the vehicle up or slow it down to hit that set limit that you put it at. The vehicle can actually go to a complete stop using this control, and then using this you can decide how close you want to be to that vehicle in front of you, so you can adjust that setting slightly. And then we've also got lane departure warning and control. This button right here is used to turn that system on or off. This Tundra is equipped with the push button start, so if the key is in the vehicle, you can just push on the brake and then push that red button to turn it on. And then we've also got a trailer brake controller below that. This Tundra is equipped with the optional 14-inch multimedia screen, so we've got a really nice view right here. Currently, it's on the Apple CarPlay screen. The model is also equipped with the functionality for Android Auto, depending on the phone that you've got. And then we can push on the Toyota app right here to bring it back to just the standard system. If you want to go back to CarPlay, you push on this button, and then again Toyota to get back. Currently it's on the navigation screen. With this screen you can scroll around. It's touch sensitive, so that's nice. You can also zoom out using these controls, or you can zoom in and out just using your two fingers here. We can recenter. We can use this button here to change the north orientation depending on your preferences. You can push on this one here to change some of the settings. You can also get to navigation settings using this button right here. And then if we push on this, you can search for a destination using either voice activation controls, or you can type that in. Next we'll go to audio. Go ahead and enable audio. And it brings us to our favorite screen here. So we've got a few news stations, we've got some satellite radio stations, we've got FM stations. The model does come equipped with a temporary trial for Sirius XM. That is going to be a subscription service after that. And then you can also go through your various settings down here. So we can go to a tuner, we can go to strictly FM stations and see what our options are. You can press on that to go back. Do the same thing with AM radio. See the variety of options. And then we can also go to Sirius XM, and then it gives us our options there as well. Next we can go to Bluetooth. Unfortunately with this system, when you've got either Android Auto or CarPlay Auto connected, that's the only way to place a call. So I can't push on this button and then place a call. I've got to go back to CarPlay, and then you can make calls through that system. Click here, and this brings us to our fuel economy information. So this is our history, recent history, and then we can also see current fuel economy information if we push there. And then if we go to settings, all of our settings for the vehicle. So you can adjust your personal information, phones that are connected to the vehicle or other Bluetooth devices, other general settings. If you've got the Wi-Fi enabled in the vehicle, display settings, sound and media settings, navigation. So all that information is in here on the settings screen. Below that we've got, well, first of all, we've got our volume control here, so you can turn the audio on and off by pushing this button, and then obviously adjust the volume controls. Then we've got our climate control settings here. So currently it's off. If we push on this, this is our fan controller to turn that up or down. It is a dual zone system, so you can control the driver and passenger side independently. So we can change up the heat on this side if we like to. You can push the sync button here to bring those back to the same level. Below that, you'll see you've got heated seats and ventilated seats. 3 settings on each of those, so you can adjust that. 3 is going to be the hottest. And then likewise with ventilated, 3 is going to be the coldest, and you can adjust that down depending on what you want. So we've got those controls for the driver's side as well as the passenger side. We can turn the climate control system off by pushing this button. This, if you want to clear the windshield, if it's fogging up, you can get maximum clearing by pushing that button. We've also got heated side mirrors and rear window. By pushing this button, you can turn the AC on and off using this control, and then you can choose to either bring in outside air to the cabin or recirculate. Down below that, we've got our trailer control here. So if you push this, it's going to change the settings for the transmission, so it's going to rev up a little bit higher. It also makes a few other adjustments depending on whether you're towing or not. This view button brings us to some of our camera views. I've gone through this system in a number of other videos, so I'm not going to cover it in depth here, but if you want to check out more on this camera system, you can click the link in the upper right hand corner. We've also got this control here to turn the traction control on and off, hazard light control, and this button here is for the electronic locking rear differential. Again, I'm not going to cover the use of this feature in this video, but I've got other videos on the channel that go into more depth on that. Right down here, we've got our electronic parking brake. So to activate the parking brake, you're just going to pull up on this lever, and then to turn it off, you just push in on it. Above that, there's a button that says hold. That is a brake hold button. So the way that that works is, let's say you pull up to a stoplight, you've got a red light, you're going to be sitting there for a minute before it turns green. You can push on that button. That's going to automatically apply the brakes. You can take your foot off the brake pedal, and it will hold the brakes until you press on the gas pedal, and then it's going to release those brakes. Next, we've got our gear shifter here. That's pretty straightforward. It does have a sport mode, so if we shift down into drive, you can push over to the left, and then you can manually control the shifts of the transmission. Below that, we've got our electronic control for the four-wheel drive system. Currently, it's in 2 high. You're going to want to keep it there most of the time. To shift into 4 high, if the vehicle's in park or drive, you just push down on this button and shift it into 4 high. To shift to 4 low, you're going to need to have the vehicle in neutral. To the right of that, we've got this rotary knob with 4 settings around that. The function of this is going to vary depending on which of these is selected. So you can see this light is currently illuminated on drive mode. So if we adjust this rotary knob, it's going to change that drive mode between sport, normal, and eco. You'll get a readout on the instrument cluster and the navigation screen letting you know which has been selected. We've also got tow haul. If we push on that on the instrument cluster, we're going to go to readout, allowing us to select either tow plus or tow haul. We've also got the hill descent control and crawl control. If we push on that, this rotary knob is now used to adjust the speed that the vehicle is going to travel in those 2 scenarios. And we've also got the multi-terrain select button right here. Depending on whether you're in 4 high or 4 low, you're going to have 4 different terrain modes in each of those, and you can adjust between those terrain modes using the rotary knob. Last but not least, this model is equipped with wireless charging. So if you've got a phone that has that capability, you can just put it right here on this little pad, and you'll see that it's going to automatically start charging the phone. Our center console's got a nice design with an armrest built in for the passenger and driver. And there's also this pass-through compartment, which can be open, so you don't necessarily have to open the whole console to access something inside. To open it up, there's a button on this side as well as on the driver's side that can be used. I got a lot of stuff inside. You can see it's very spacious. It's got a few little separate compartments. We've also got USB and USB outlets here and some coin storage. This Tundra is equipped with a smart mirror. So if we pull on this toggle switch here, it's going to go to a camera view on the rear view mirror, and then we can bring it back to a normal view. We've also got the ability to program up to 3 garage door openers or gates using these 3 buttons here. And we've also got some setting controls over here on the right hand side. Above that, we've got sunglass storage here, a couple of reading lights. This button here is to roll down or roll up the rear window. This control right here is for the shade on the panoramic sunroof, and then we can use this to open the sunroof. Use this back and forth here to open and close, and then if you just want to vent the sunroof, you can push up on that or push it down right there. We've also got the SOS button right here. That's a subscription service that's only going to last for a little bit of time with your purchase, I believe 1 year. You can use that for a variety of collision assistance, roadside assistance, crash notification, various things like that. And then we've got control here for those reading lights to turn them on and off. Coming into our rear seat, you'll see that our center seat back folds down into an armrest and has 2 cup holders. And then we can also fold up the seat bottoms on both sides, and we've got storage space down below, but this is only going to exist on the non-hybrid models. On hybrid models, this is where the battery pack is located. On the back of the center console, we've got a power outlet here. This is turned on or off using that power inverter to the left of the steering column. And then next to that, we've got a USB-C outlet as well as a USB outlet. So that's the look at the interior on the all-new 2022 Toyota Tundra. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And for more videos of the all-new Tundra, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.